My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war.
Following the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq in 2003, Fallujah, a city west of Baghdad, became a stronghold of the growing Iraqi insurgency. The first attempt to bring the city under coalition control, the First Battle of Fallujah in April 2004, ended inconclusively after political pressure led to a withdrawal. The outcome emboldened insurgent groups, turning Fallujah into a symbol of resistance and a base for al-Qaeda in Iraq and other extremists. By late 2004, Fallujah was effectively a no-go zone for coalition forces. Intelligence reports indicated it was being used to plan attacks, manufacture explosives, and harbor foreign fighters. The U.S. military, along with Iraqi government forces, resolved to retake the city by force. Operation Phantom Fury began on November 7, 2004, led by U.S. Marines, Army units, Navy SEALs, British forces, and newly trained Iraqi troops. The assault was preceded by days of aerial bombardment designed to weaken insurgent positions and limit their movement. The fighting quickly became intense, close-quarters urban warfare. The insurgents had fortified buildings, dug tunnels, planted thousands of improvised explosive devices, IEDs, and were prepared to fight block by block. U.S. forces advanced slowly, often moving house to house, clearing insurgents with grenades, rifles, and close air support. The use of snipers, booby traps, and hidden firing positions made every alley and rooftop a potential ambush. The battle also involved brutal firefights in cemeteries, mosques, schools, and civilian homes. Resistance was fierce, with insurgents often fighting to the death. Among the most controversial aspects was the reported use of white phosphorus as an incendiary weapon and the high number of civilian casualties, though most civilians had reportedly fled before the battle began. Despite the heavy resistance, U.S. and coalition forces made steady gains. By late December, Fallujah was officially declared under coalition control, though sporadic fighting continued for months. Militarily, the battle was considered a tactical victory for the coalition. Over 1,200 insurgents were killed, and Fallujah's insurgent command structure was severely disrupted. However, the cost was high. 95 U.S. servicemen were killed, and over 600 were wounded. The city itself was devastated, with thousands of buildings damaged or destroyed. The battle exposed the challenges of urban warfare in the modern age. It also raised humanitarian concerns, as tens of thousands of residents were displaced, and the city's infrastructure was left in ruins. Legacy. The Second Battle of Fallujah remains a symbol of the brutality and complexity of the Iraq War. It demonstrated the tactical capability of U.S. forces to clear entrenched urban areas, but also the limits of military power in achieving long-term stability. Fallujah would later see a resurgence of insurgent activity, eventually becoming one of the first major cities captured by ISIS in 2014, reminding the world that military victories alone cannot guarantee peace. Still, among U.S. and coalition veterans, Fallujah is remembered as a battle of extreme difficulty, courage, and sacrifice, a modern-day Stalingrad in the desert.